Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today is double feature day. I know you guys have been really liking these double features, so you guys voted, and this week it's Ghostbusters and Back to the Future. I really enjoy both of these movies. These are on my top 10 list of movies to watch. Just because these movies have very classic storylines and it still holds up very well today. They both are good in different ways. Um, and I just enjoy them. They're fun 80s movies and they're adventure movies. So let's do Ghostbusters first. Ghostbusters came out in 1984, 2 years before I was born. So this movie stars Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Rick Moranis, Sigourney Weaver, Ernie Hudson, um, Annie Potts, and this movie has a lot of cameos and lots of celebrities in this movie as well. So if you have not seen Ghostbusters, I highly recommend you check out Ghostbusters. So Ghostbusters is about a Columbia University professor Peter, Ray, and Egon experience their first encounter with a ghost, and at the New York Public Library University, the deans of admission is credibly their paranormal focused research files to them. The trio responds by establishing the Ghostbusters, a paranormal investigation and eliminate service operating out of a old firehouse. They develop high-tech nuclear power sources type of thing, and capable of intercounting the paranormal. And so they start to see all these kind of ghost type of things and stuff like that, and they start to fight ghosts and stuff like that. Um, they they start to fight ghosts, and they start to see all this stuff starts happening. My favorite thing is as my favorite is um the green guy. I really like him. Slimer. I really like Slimer. I also really like the marshmallow man boy big thing. It's like a boy man. I don't know. But I really like him too. So, here are some fun facts on Ghostbusters. So, let's see. So the hotline was real. Before the Ghostbusters became established in New York City, released a commercial to advertise their service. The three original members, Peter, Bill Murray, Ray, Dan Aykroyd, and Egon, Harold Ramis, appeared in a television show with the number was 555-2368. During the film, the theatrical release in 1984 ran for the same commercial. That's really cool. Ghostbusters isn't the original title. Ghostbusters is such an iconic title, so much so that many fans haven't noticed the following. The opening scene in the New York Public Library in the original 1984, the title appears on screen is actually two words, not one, Ghostbusters. Before the filmmaker settled on now the iconic title, Dan Aykroyd originally considered the title Ghost Smashers, while Ghost Breakers was also an option. The sign outside of the Ghostbusters fire station in New York even barricades these titles during the production. That's really cool. Slimer is also known as an onion head. Despite becoming one of the most iconic characters in the entire Ghostbusters franchise, Slimer never really actually name dropped in either of the two movies, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 in 1989. However, he was referenced to as Onion Head by the crew for the original film. Eddie Murphy was offered the role of Weston. Interesting. That would have been kind of cool. It was supposed to be a futuristic adventure. Slimer is based on John Belushi. That would have been cool if John Belushi played him. And then it's all inspired by a real Ghostbuster. That's really cool that it's inspired by a Ghostbuster. All right, so Back to the Future. Back to the Future, I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it. This movie stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Lee Thompson, Crispin Globbin. I call him Christopher. I don't know why I do that. Thomas F. Wilson, Claudia Wells, Eric Solzman. And it has a lot of famous people in this one as well. Through the whole franchise as well, it has a lot of famous people in it. Back to the Future is like one of people's favorite movies, just because it features a lot of people, a lot of stuff from time, stuff like that. Sorry. So, Back to the Future. This is the plot. In 1985, teenager Marty McFly lives in Hill Valley, California, with his depression alcoholic mother Lorraine and his older sibling who professionally in social failures, and his meek father George, who is bullied by his supervisor Biff Timmon. After Marty's band is rejected from music audition, he confides in his girlfriend Jennifer Parker that he fears becoming like his parents despite his inspirations. That night, Marty meets his electronics scientist friend Emmett, Dr. Brown, and the Twin Pines parking lot mall. Doc reveals the time machine built from a modified DeLorean powered by a plutonium and swindled from the lobbyist terrorist. After Doc puts the destination November 5th, 1955, that day he first convinced his time travel adventure terrorists arrive unexpectedly and gun down Doc. Marty flies in the DeLorean and diverting the time. So basically, they go back in time, and Marty goes and sees his parents and stuff like that, and they go back to the future. And his mom's like hitting on him and stuff because his mom thinks he's cute instead of hitting on George. And this is just a fun movie. I love the DeLorean. I actually got to see it when I went to Universal when they used to have it out on the lots and stuff, and that was really cool. I really enjoy this movie. It's a fun adventure movie. Like I said, both of these movies are on the top of my list because I like them both. They're really good movies. Here are some fun facts on Back to the Future. So let's get. So Michael J. Fox wasn't casted until 6 weeks into filming. It is hard to imagine anyone else other than Michael J. Fox as the iconic Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Almost looked totally different. Fox was always the first choice, however, he was filming Family Ties at the same time Back to the Future was scheduled to begin production. I didn't know that. The role for Jennifer was recast twice. Marty McFly's girlfriend Jennifer Parks makes an appearance in all 3 films, but Eagle Eye fans will notice that she looks completely different in the first film, and then the sequel, Claudia Wells plays Jennifer in the first installment. However, she was not the first actress to be cast. The time machine wasn't always a DeLorean. It's hard to imagine this franchise without the iconic DeLorean time machine. In the original draft of the script, the time machine was not a car at all. Doc Brown instead used an old refrigerator. I've heard that fact actually before. It was going to be like an old refrigerator to go back in time. The clock on the tower was not the original script. That would have been interesting. Back to the Future had a different title. Back to the Future is one of the most iconic, well-known films of all time. It's so shocking to know that it could have been called something entirely different. If the studio hadn't gotten their way, Back to the Future would have been called Spaceman from Pluto instead. Crispin Glover didn't return for the sequels. Back to the Future became an instant success, and everyone who saw it loved it, except for Crispin Glover. The actor who played Marty's dad, George McFly, was not fond of the ending of the first film, so when it came time to begin filming the sequels, Glover insisted on being paid more. However, an agreement was never reached. Back to the Future 2 and 3 were filmed at the same time. That's really cool. Back to the Future 2 is Elijah Wood's first movie, if y'all know who that is. Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis refused to make another Back to the Future film after all 3 of the other ones. So I highly recommend, if you have not seen these classic movies, I highly recommend you check them out. I give them both a 10 just because I enjoy both of them. I've watched them since I was a little kid and a teenager, and they're just fun movies. They are also family movies. There's nothing really bad in them, so you could watch it as a family as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit that thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and come back for more double features and other movie reviews. And I hope everybody has a great week. Bye, everybody. Love you.